We've pretty much all been struck by awkward situations. Stepping to the wrong side of the pathway, well, several times over, trying to get round someone. Delivering a presentation in front of everyone, thoroughly unprepared as though you'd actually not done any of the pre-work at all. Or in my personal case, the absolute terror that is actually phoning a takeaway restaurant to place an order. Or maybe it's worse, getting the wrong thing. Then what do you say? That was explored in the last episode. I wonder what will be coming up in this one. I'm sure a fair few more potential friend targets. And a few oddballs. Let's get more Komi. Actually, just starting off mid-day. Does anyone actually give introductions to themselves as if someone's actually paying attention? Even a monologue in your head. Although I don't think I've ever peered from behind a bookshelf like this. Might be taking a bit far. Somehow, my thinking of situations, particularly difficult, anxious ones, has changed. And for now, I think it's mainly throw yourself into the deep end. Force yourself through it. You realise the world isn't quite as scary. Unless, of course, your classmates or people near you are anything like the people that we've seen so far in this show. Just one instance of it so far, and they're insane. Actually, no, add the compass being thrown at him. And is it worse being stared at from afar? Well, terrifyingly. Or being noticed dropping all of your shit while you're nervous. The pain that she's feeling there. Take a bath. Although it would be very awkward to have Komi still trying to interact. It's her own personal horror movie. Just... You're asking for help from Komi? Some of these things do need to be actually translated. Okay. Yeah, out of the potential people to ask to do it for you, already having a bad day, and now... I wish I had an internal confidence that's so kind to me. And what's it actually going to come out as? Announce yourself clearly. What's with the Street Fighter looking motherfucker back there? She did it. Through just fear of death, spurred her on to achieve the goal there. Can there be people who can turn down the prospect of friends? The idea of having friend candidates, putting it into like a spreadsheet, tick off the pros and cons. That's a bit strange, isn't it? She's like a meerkat. How much information have you studied? We've lost one. I mean, we could kind of understand exactly what happened in the 20 minutes, even if we didn't get that rundown. Can you please stop following me? And you've just killed her once again. But having the attention drawn on her by someone like Komi, was it exhilarating? I'm not sure you should really be thanking Komi for it. It was more by proxy. I need to try running backwards upstairs now. Run. I didn't think you'd have to bring a leash to school to be able to see your friends. Four hours later. Beginning to get bothered. I've definitely had moments where I've written a message and then deleted too much. You can count it on one hand. As her first friend. Is he forgetting someone? Making a really spell it out. Well, that as well. His ability to blend into the background is astounding. This is something you're going to have to deal with yourself. It's come on, work it out from the context. Thank God we have someone who can do some lateral thinking. Yep. He's an idiot. She's just looking for a phone number. If that's your first thought from being shown a phone, put away the phone, walk away. Now for the main event. And now to come to interrupt the... Is she saying this out loud? She said it out loud. Yeah, I think he's ever so slightly happy. Can't really tell. I wonder how many times I've put my number into things and got it wrong. I know that on Just Eat, one of the takeaway app things, it's got my wrong number. Perfect. Look at the framing of that photo. Almost as good as pictures I take. Did anyone actively want to be in positions like that? Also, being forced into class president must be... Not really. Yep, it's... Such is the life of the popular. What is that face? It reminds me of the drawings from Nishijo. Taking the brunt of the ill will. Huh? Really paving the way for a regime change within the country. And through the power of the stupid. Kami? Does the role of God donate any actual tasks? Just being lumped with the responsibility. At least they all knew his name. Yeah, step up. And how long is it going to take before she actually can type messages at a relative rate? Fair enough, I might. If things do move like this and exploring all the uses, I remember going through my really old phone quite a while ago, doing shit like this, just seeing what everything did when it was all a novelty. Did you ring me? What was going on? But as a useful function of just calling by putting up to your ear, I wonder how quickly that feature dies out. What a prankster! Not in person. It looks like you've got another route, just so it's not written. I was surprised it was only the Cicero shot at him there. Yeah. What the hell are you doing? Get a grip of yourself. But what was that? Excuse me? I have no idea what that is. I'm sure she will be a renowned genius at whatever the rules are. It had something to do with the number, and then they had to repeat stuff with that many times. And it's not just with... How could they get Komi to join in like that out of nowhere? Well, they're praying to Jehovah, Buddha, Anubis, anyone really. Just lucky. Really counting all of their shooting stars now. Get bullied? You knew what you were doing! Is he even going to be allowed in? No. They can't seem unpleasant in front of Komi. Yep. Almost as if they are... The hatred is palpable. Okay. If you... Okay, I think I get it. Does he not get the rules? Or is it just the bullshit they were saying before the number? Zero. You've won. And they just wait for it. Yeah. Almost as if it was rigged. Excuse me. First off, what is that reference? Second off, excuse me. Tadano is joined forces, I see. Speed yelling and arm raising. The thing is, because now there is a prize on the line, they're not going to rig it to let anyone else win. Everyone lost. The prize now, what's really worth it? Letting Komi try to push through her anxiety and actually win? Yeah, I don't know how to play either. I mean, you could always pull out and, disqualify yourself. His high school life was already ruined, but we never really feared for his safety before. What a fun time they had. He's just going to need a week to recuperate after that one. Just amend your note. Yeah. It's fine. He's just not so silently dying. What was the first bit? He was apologising, I think. Of course, there was going to be one who hadn't forgotten. I'm sure the others may forego their prize. And just being able to be involved in the game, sure, on her side it would be quite fun, even if she had no idea what the hell was going on. That's how I feel most of the time, actually. At what point do I actually start beginning to understand? And there are all types of people out there. And it turns out that the ones you never want to meet are all wrapped up in this school. Now, I'm sure I've been pulled into situations where I had little control of what was going on before. Actually, I remember one vividly. It just came back to me now. Much like being voted class president when you had no intention of ever signing yourself up for it. But having a group project where you actually have to write and perform a song, being voted the singer, especially when you're tone deaf and hate the sound of your own voice, and the inability to talk in front of people. Fucking genius move. But hey, the song was about cheese, so I managed to pull through. So really, I kind of hope the same really goes for Tadano, because, well, the role of a class president seems to be not really all that important, actually. But it's definitely one step up from being the class dog, which someone has really fallen into that role far too quickly. Now, I'm not here to dissuade anyone on their proclivities or certain preferences, but getting on all fours in front of all your classmates, that maybe that should be dissuaded. But if you think about it another way, a very successful day for Komi. One more friend to add to the list, and a new phone, and a certain number, let alone a very, very successful first phone call, and second phone call. And after the recording of the first 2 episodes, I actually went to visit my parents and was talking about the times that I was in high school, suffering from social anxiety, and no one really cared or seemed to help. And actually, Netflix happened to be on the TV, so I showed my mother a tiny bit of Komi. That went down well. To be fair, could have been worse. With the amount of shows and things I've watched before, definitely could have been worse. But since I haven't actually read too much of Komi, I really wonder how quickly Tadano's pride that she's really growing and learning to be independent and talk-ish on her own accord will turn into sheer horror. Because, have you seen the people in this school? Maybe talking to them might not be for the best, lest she picks up some bad habits. But while everything is still happy-go-lucky and Tadano is still alive, lest stomach ulcers or threats of violence really do him in, I want to see some more, and luckily, it's coming right up. So if you enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Leave a like, a comment down below, a subscription to the chip. Please leave a like, a comment, maybe even subscribe to the channel. But really, as long as you enjoyed, I know it's all worth it. And maybe someone somewhere will get a little bit of advice. Probably not from me, though. See you in the next episode. My patrons are the numbers in my phone which make it appear as though I am popular. And if you would like to help this channel grow, consider joining on as well. And so, I need to thank Electricant, Noku, Raywin, Kite, Sao, Shiwan, Mats, Mwaha, Stinsfire, Gurley, Grey 19, Saltitron Cardboard, Croyfield, Jennifer Rojas, Alvin Garcia Santiago, Di Fiero, Dark Shadow 7899, Defender of Segs, Ginterman, Finesse Kid, Luis Rivero, Maurizio Lescano, Eddie Swanson, and everyone else. Although, let's be honest, if my phone started ringing, I'm not picking it up.